Mister.
Hey everyone, Mr. MC here. This is a quick guide for round 8 of the manufacturer series. Let's get this started. Your first braking point is before you reach the one board that is on the left. This car doesn't really like to rotate that much, so you want to brake a little bit earlier, so brake at full power, then start to trail brake. Let the car cruise for just a moment to get it to rotate a bit more, and then you can apply the throttle when you know the car will be able to make the rest of the turn. Then brake before you reach the bridge. Once again, you're going to let the car cruise for just a moment. Go for a late apex before you start to apply the throttle. Then for this turn, you want to start to brake before you reach the curb that is on the right. Brake hard for just a moment, then trail brake your way in, let it cruise, and then start to apply the throttle. You can go a bit wide, but don't go into the grass. Turn in at the one board and ease off on the throttle, and then start to brake when you reach this apex right here. You're going to go a little bit wide into this first part right here, and then you're going to bring yourself into this final turn right around here. Once your car is facing away from the PlayStation board across the track, that's when you can start to fully accelerate, and you should have enough space to be able to make a turn without hitting the gravel, and you are good to go. Let's go ahead and talk about tire strategy. Now, the tire strategy is a little interesting. The reason why I say that is because there's no tire requirement, but you can use racing soft and medium tires in this race. And I've done a couple races where I was only using just racing soft tires, and I did a race where I was using just racing medium tires. And I think the best strategy is going to be to use both of them. But the question is when you want to use them. So here's the thing. When it comes to the pace of the racing soft and medium tires, they're about half a second off of each other. And that's considering if you just started the race, right? Or if you just got out of the pits, if you're talking about going into the lobby and doing your thing. The point where your tires go into the 48-second range, and before I continue, this is me doing this by myself. So the point where your tires go into the 48-second range for racing soft tires is on lap 10, and for racing medium tires, it's on lap 8. Well, of course, with racing medium tires, you don't have as much grip to start with. But the time where your tires are very noticeably worn out is on lap 14 for racing soft and lap 19 for racing medium. So if you're trying to go on a racing soft only stint race, you're kind of going to have a hard time, as once again, it's 28 laps, but you're really pushing the tires life, especially as it gets worn out throughout the race or their stints, let's say. And it's going to cause problems because you have 3 big right-handed turns. So you have the turn 1, turn 2, and then the last turn. So you kind of risk understeering a lot on those turns, and if you end up in the gravel pit on the first and last turns, then you're in big trouble. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is to start on racing medium tires, and then when you pit for new tires, go for racing soft tires. Now, when to pit, that's going to depend on your car and your driving style, and if you end up spinning out, but let's put that one out of the way for now. For a car like this, as I mentioned, the soft tires get pretty worn out at around lap 14. So you basically got 14 laps, right? So you want to start on medium tires, do about 15 laps, and when you're finishing your 15th lap, that's when you pit in, get your soft tires, go back out and complete the race. Now, as I mentioned earlier, doing a race with racing soft tires only is possible, but you want to be very careful, especially on the end of their life. So laps 12, 13, 14, and 26, 27, 28. You want to be very careful, as the tires will struggle to get the grip that you need to make some turns, and because of that, you're going to understeer a lot. And last but not least, in terms of fuel, don't worry about it. You have more than enough fuel to complete the race. And before I forget, The reason why I say go for the racing medium tires first is because you'll also be getting some of that slipstream from others ahead of you, considering you don't qualify pole position. So you'll be going a bit faster and you have a better chance of keeping up with those in front of you. And when you get the racing soft tires for your second stint, you'll already have used up quite a bit of fuel, so your car is going to be a bit lighter, and because of that you're going to go a bit faster and your tire life will last a little bit longer. So to sum things up, if you want to go the safer route, start on racing medium tires, go at about 15 laps, then switch on over to racing soft tires and complete the race. If you want to be a little riskier, go racing soft, then racing soft, pit at around lap 14. But anyways, that is all from me. Hope you found this useful. Non-commentary version is coming up, so this is Mr. MCA wishing you a good race, and I'll see you in the next video.